Hello there, people of the internet. As many of you guys know, I'm a military surplus firearms collector, and I like bringing them out to the range. This is the new gun range I'm currently at. I could not be out here if it was not for you guys and supporting me by sending me ammunition or doing donations, Patreoning, Utron, getting t-shirts, etc., etc. Links for all that down in the description below. But bringing these old military surplus firearms out here, even with the support that I have, my resources are extremely limited as of right now, as of times of filming. So spending money on ammunition for a full power rifle like this right here, even whenever I'm getting surplus ammunition, is simply not very cost effective. I know 8mm Mauser rounds, which is what I have in here, those typically cost about 50 cents a shot. So that being said, these two rounds right here, these two singular rounds that I've got, that I'm gonna completely not send that one. There we go. That one works. I don't really have anything I'm aiming at. I'm just kind of mag dumping into garbage right now. Let's do that. Oh, that was awesome. That was cool. I love displays. But those two rounds right there, that cost me $1 at 50 cents a round, and for me to come out and just like mag dump into garbage like that, it's just not very viable, especially considering my extremely limited financial situation. But I'm still trying to bring you guys content. So although I am a YouTuber and I do enjoy coming out and making my YouTube videos, I also really enjoy just coming out to the range and sending like a bunch of lead downrange and hanging out and not doing YouTube videos, just like shooting at the range. As a matter of fact, that's what I enjoy a lot, and I can't really do that all that much nowadays because, like I said, extremely limited resources, and I'm trying to bring you guys content. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to make 4 videos, upload 4 videos a day, one in the morning, one in the evening, and then we have a couple of shorts. But with those extremely limited resources, even though I do enjoy coming out and plinking, I can't afford to do mag dumping with 50 cents a shot. So that is kind of where 22 long rifle comes in. 22 long rifle is not nearly as cost effective as it used to be, but I typically buy my 22 long rifle in bulk, and I get it from anywhere from 4 to 6 cents a shot, depending on how much I get, where I get it from, etc., etc. So although it's still not nearly as cheap as it used to be, I can go out and get myself quite a bit of 22 long rifle for not a lot of money. And I can send it through a very easy to use, lightweight, cheap little firearm. I'll come out here with this in my backpack and I don't even notice it. I'll show up here with a couple hundred rounds of 22 long rifle and it won't break the bank either. I know down at Walmart, you can get like a box of 350 rounds, somewhere around that ballpark, for like $20 or something like that. So 20 bucks, that will get you several hundred rounds of 22 long rifle that you can come out here and go plinking with. And with that several hundred rounds of 22 long rifle for that $20, I can make a lot of videos using that 22 long rifle. As a matter of fact, I've made quite a few videos using the few hundred rounds that I have left. This is old ammo. I'm just kind of burning through old stock. But if I want to come out here and do some plinking, then 20 bucks, a few hundred rounds. I'll bring myself like a lawn chair or something to sit in, bring some snacks, bring some sodas, waters, whatever it is I feel like drinking out here. And not necessarily at this particular location, but any place it is that I have to go shoot my guns. 22 long rifle is accurate enough to be able to comfortably hit things at the ranges that I can comfortably shoot at. I'm not really all that accurate out beyond like 100 yards or so. So in this particular case, we got a mailbox way down there, probably at about that 100-yard mark. We're gonna plink at it with a couple of 22 long rifle rounds and see if we can hit it, because why not? The issue I'm having with this thing is that these 22 long rifle rounds, like I said, are probably about as old as I am now, and they're not cycling this thing quite as far back as it needs to go. But we are smacking that mailbox. We're smacking it a bunch. Nice. The actual stem of the mailbox that the mailbox sits on is made of metal, so whenever I clack onto that thing, I still had a round left. Whenever I clack on that thing, I can really hear the impact on target. But yeah, that was the mag of 22 long rifle. I'm plinking at 100 yards, and with that one mag, that was 8 rounds at, let's call it like oh, I don't know, 8 cents a shot. Let's call it 10 cents a shot. That's still only like 80 cents for that one single magazine. Let's go ahead and send some more rounds downrange. All right, there we go. That's what, that's about $1.60 in rounds that I got to just kind of send down range, because 22 long rifle is really the only viable option that I have for shooting right now. I feel like a lot of us are in that boat. You know what? I have that one single 22 long rifle that I did not fire. Let's load that up and see if it actually makes a hit on target. For less than $2, I had 2 magazines, and I'll be honest, I had a really good time with it. Let's send this next one downrange. There we go. I even hit my target. Sounded like we had a little bit of a ricochet on that one, though. Bottom line, is 22 long rifle still viable for plinking with? Not nearly as viable as it used to be. I know back in the day, I could get like 500 plus rounds for $7, and I would go out and just burn through that entire box of ammunition using my I had a 1911 22 long rifle that I used to use way back in the day. Nowadays, I probably can't shoot to that volume. However, that being said, assuming that I'm fine with shooting a less volume of ammunition, then yeah, you could still go plinking with 22 long rifle. I'm plinking at 100-ish yards at a mailbox that's down there using 22 long rifle. So yeah, I'm incredibly poor, and I still managed to come out and do it. And although 22 long rifle is not nearly as cheap as it used to be, it is still a much better plinking option than something like 8mm Mauser. Like this right here is probably the cheapest cartridge that's out there on the market right now at about 50 cents a shot. And I mean, even like surplus 7.62 NATO tends to run more like 75 cents a shot. And to go out and just kind of mag dump into garbage like I just did with 22 long rifle, that's not viable. If I ran 2 magazines out of this thing, that's what, 50 cents a shot, 2 magazines, 10 rounds. It's gonna be $5 worth of ammunition. And I tell you what, like that $5 worth of 22 long rifle will go a lot farther for taking a lot more shots downrange and spending much more time out here on the range. So yeah, 22 long rifle might be one of the best options for plinking even to this day. It might not have a whole lot of power behind it, but it's got enough power to be able to do basically anything it is that you're wanting to do. And well, even though it doesn't have a whole lot of power, that translates into it not having a whole lot of recoil and not having a whole lot of sound. I know if I come out here and I shoot a whole lot of 8mm Mauser, dude, at the end of the day, my arm is killing me. I feel just like sore in my neck muscles, and I just feel like down for the count, and I'm down for the count for like 2 or 3 days after that while my body recovers. But I can go out and blast through an entire like case of 22 long rifle and not feel fatigued or affected at all. Really good option. Granted, this stuff does burn pretty dirty, so you do have to clean your rifle. 22 long rifle is just a dirty burning cartridge. Of course, if you're firing surplus ammo like I am, this has corrosive primers in it, so I will have to clean this rifle whenever I get home. Otherwise, I will have rust in the barrel, and we definitely don't want that. So I can't make much of an argument for the dirtiness of a cartridge here. Another really cheap shooting option that I've done multiple times before. I don't have the means to do it right now because I don't have any primers for them. Let me find myself a good viable representation. Shotgun shells. Shotgun shells nowadays, if you get like cheap bottom of the barrel birdshot, it's going to cost you like between 35 and 40 cents a shot, right? Really not all that economic. However, I know how to make my own black powder. I've been doing it for quite a long time. Black powder is super easy, super simple to make. So I'll load these things with black powder. That's where my powder comes from. And I don't have a means, like I don't have any actual shotgun crimping equipment. I don't have any shotgun loading equipment. And I don't want to waste money on like wads and whatnot. I don't have the means to do a professional shotgun shell loading. So a lot of my shotguns are single shots. I got freaking 3 dozen different single shot shotguns. And what I'll do is I'll take this spent casing. Of course, I got no choice. I got to put in a new primer, but the 209 primers that most of your shotgun shells nowadays use. They're not very expensive, so new primer, that I can work with. Let me find something else here. Okay, this is not exactly what I would use, but it's the closest thing that I can find. Actually, this will work right here. I got a random miscellaneous paper towel that I found on the ground that hopefully doesn't have somebody's mucus on it. I will take black powder and I'll load it into the shotgun, whatever it is, the amount that I need. I typically do 15 to 25 grams of black powder if I'm just doing like range loads and I don't need a whole lot of power. But I'll load my shell with some black powder. I'll put a wad of paper towel or rag or whatever I have, and that right there will be my wad on top of that black powder. And then I'll stick BBs, nails, washers, destroyed pieces of metal, rocks, whatever it is that I can find. I will grab a handful of those things. I see some rocks right here. And I will shove them into that shotgun shell, and that will be my shot. And then I'll grab some more paper towel and load that into there to hold that in place. And there's my shotgun shell. And this right here is one thing that I do so I can shoot for incredibly cheap prices. As a matter of fact, this right here is something I've been doing for many, many years, long before I started military surplus collecting. And the one of these out of a single shot shotgun, you don't have to worry about trying to cycle these things through a pump action or something like that. Very, very simple. And that's my cheap way of shooting shotguns. I just find whatever it is that I can come across. Rather than get like lead pellets or anything like that, I'll go to Walmart and I'll pick up like copper BBs or something along those lines. Sounds like we got some people shooting over there. Nice. But yeah, 22 long rifle. That's probably going to be the best option for most people whenever it comes to slinging lead downrange. Myself included, because like I said, resources are extremely limited right now. But I'm still going to come out and send some lead downrange, make my videos, because I'm having fun. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garrett. It's a shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.